Hi again.
Hi, I'm Cindy,
I'm Bob.
and thank you for watching our first video from Orlando. And here is the second one. It is right here, and we will get it started. And thanks for watching.
Enjoy.
Just an itty bitty ditty about a couple on the road, driving in Harvey, pulling a toad. No place special to roam, not looking for a home. Won't you come along with us? We are RPlaceTravels.
Another thing we did is we went to the Blue Springs State Park. It's a place where you can go see the manatees. They come around this time of year. So you can go watch the manatees.
And we went with our friends that came to visit us. We went to see the manatees all together. They left from there going back to Illinois. Manatees, they're large. Boy, are they large. Fully aquatic. That means that they're in the water all the time, and mostly herbivores, which are, they eat plants. They usually go about 5 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour in short bursts. A resting manatee can remain submerged for up to 15 minutes. And they usually come in to cool water, that's the reason why they're in the springs right now. They kind of gather up in the winter to do that. That's why you can see a lot of them at one time. The West Indies manatees range along the North American East Coast from Florida to Brazil. So I think those are the ones that we get to see. They eat water grasses, weeds, and algae. The Florida ones have been known to live up to 60 years. The average lifespan is about 30 years in the wild, and they migrate between winter grounds in the Caribbean and Florida, which I just said, and the summer grounds that are far north is North Carolina and far west is Texas. Manatees are on the threatened and endangered species list because of their low reproductive rates. Manatees are historically hunted and now are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. Today, the biggest threats to manatee survivals are collision with boats and the loss of warm water springs. Sailors once mistook a manatee for mermaids. We saw some of the manatees that had actually been hit by boats. They have scars on them, and they look terrible. We did see some wonderful mom and babies that were together while we were there. They're a cute little animal, and it's so amazing to see them just kind of swimming along. They really like to just be left alone.
Why do all the fish gather around them?
Those are armored catfish,
Okay.
and they are invasive. They get on the manatees and try to eat the algae. They don't hurt them, but I think it tickles them, and they keep them from resting. And they have to rest to build up energy. Yeah, so cause especially when it gets colder, they come in here to rest to build up energy.
While we were there at the state park, there were a lot of people that were there. So you can come to any of the springs during the winter and you'll probably see manatees. What they do is in the morning, they're sleeping, they count them, and they said there was 60 of them that were in the area that we were.
Yeah, they counted 60 that day. And on the property where the manatees were, there's another historical house called the Thursby House. So they got little tours to the Thursby House. So we stopped in to see that.
So the day after Thanksgiving,
Not too far away in Daytona Beach, is about a half hour away. Actually, Daytona International Speedway. They had a annual 48th annual Daytona Turkey Run. So it was a car show swap meet.
Yep.
So we ran over there. We spent a half hour, maybe an hour, just in traffic just to get into the park. The line of traffic we did in there was just horrendous. Find a place to park. They had a lot of parking. It's a pretty big place. So there's plenty of parking. And we walked into the Speedway. It's all held in the Speedway.
It's gigantic.
And it was just everything you could think of was there. The problem was it was just, in my opinion, it was just too big. There's too many people. You couldn't get around. Prices were outrageously high for all the parts and everything.
Yeah, but it was worth going.
Oh yeah,
it was worth
it was
going.
a nice little outing. But
Yeah.
that's about the best we got out of it. It was a nice outing. We went and saw a bunch of cars.
Put some up there so
That
that you
was
can see some of the pictures of the car shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I think I've been to a lot of car shows, but I think this is the biggest thing I've ever been
Probably
to.
the biggest one we've ever been to.
Yeah. Yeah. So they had all the cars, they had the car swap, they had cars that were for sale, and they had cars that
For show.
that were for show. All of them were just great. A lot of them put a lot of time into their cars, so it makes it enjoyable to see the cars when they're all put together, and they're very nice. Yeah. So.
Man, look how long this is.
I'll keep on going. It's been like $80,000. So we left there, and since we were there in Daytona, we went down to the beach, and we spent that evening down at Daytona Beach, and stopped there, had dinner on the boardwalk.
Yep, we did.
And, yeah, just hung around, walked around down to Daytona Beach and the town a little bit.
A lot of people are out because it's nice and warm. People were in the water. We didn't bring our swimsuits, so we didn't go into the water, but there were plenty of people that were in the water at this time.
And the good thing about it is because it was after the car show was over, people were leaving the car show, driving through downtown Daytona Beach. So you got to see all the old cars going home.
Got to hear the old
Hear
cars.
them run and watch them go down the street. So that was kind of a little frosting on the cake. So.
Right. So that was nice.
Yeah.
So nice little jaunt away from the RV for a little while.
About 5 minutes from our campsite, there's a church, St. Andrew's Chapel. So we went one Sunday morning for the service. This church is known as R.C. Sproul's Church. He was the co-pastor of the church. He's founder of Ligonier Ministries.
He passed on in 2017.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful church.
We had somebody that came up to us at the end and gave us some information about the church. So we'll put it on there for you so you can see what they gave us.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Next time you join us, we're going to be heading down to the Keys.
And before that, we'll go ahead and put the little clips together for the vacation that we were in the Caribbean. And we would like to have you subscribe and like and share our video. And please comment down below. You guys have been great. We really appreciate it.
So come back and see us.
Bye.